In the vast golden plains of the Masai Mara, where the sun kisses the earth and the wind carries the whispers of ancient warriors, a legend was born. He was not just a lion, he was a symbol of resilience, power, and survival. His name was Scarface. Like all kings, he started as nothing more than a fragile cub, born into the heart of the wild. His tiny paws barely touched the ground as he struggled to keep up with his mother and siblings. In the African wilderness, survival was not guaranteed. Every shadow held danger, and only the strongest would endure. But even as a cub, there was something different about him. A fire burned within. He was destined for something greater. And as the years passed, that fire would forge him into one of the most feared and respected kings the Masai Mara had ever known. Scarface was not alone. He was one of four, the legendary musketeers. Together with his brothers Marani, Sikio, and Hunter, they formed a coalition that ruled the land with unmatched power. They were warriors, they were kings, they were unstoppable. But power is never given freely. It must be taken. And in the wild, there is only one way to take it, through battle. They fought with the ferocity of true kings, overthrowing the reigning males, taking control of the pride. Blood was spilled, scars were earned, and when the dust settled, the musketeers stood victorious. For a time, peace ruled under their reign. The Mara was theirs, but the wild is unforgiving, and fate had other plans. Out of the shadows they came, a coalition of rogue males, hungry for power, desperate to claim what was never theirs. The musketeers fought back, but the battle was brutal. Teeth tore through flesh, claws ripped through skin. And then it happened. A single strike, a single moment. Scarface felt the searing pain as claws raked across his right eye, blinding him forever. Blood dripped from the wound, staining the golden grass beneath him. But if his enemies thought he would surrender, they were wrong. Blinded in one eye, scarred for life, he did not fall. He did not retreat. He stood his ground. And in that moment, he became more than just a lion. He became a legend. From that day forward, the Mara would know him by a new name, Scarface. For years, the musketeers ruled together. But time is a cruel enemy. One by one, they began to fall. Hunter was lost to a brutal fight. Sikio disappeared into the unknown, never to be seen again. Marani, the last of his brothers, grew weaker with each passing day. And so, Scarface, the last of the musketeers, walked the Mara alone. But even in solitude, he was still a king. The land was his. The wind carried his name. No lion dared challenge him. He had earned his throne through blood and fire, and he would not surrender it until his last breath. But even the greatest kings cannot escape time. His body had grown weak, his once mighty roar now softer, his steps slower, yet his spirit remained unbroken. On June 11th, 2021, the last of the musketeers lay down beneath the African sky and took his final breath. He did not fall in battle. He did not die in defeat. He simply faded into the wind. Some say he is gone, but listen closely, and you will still hear his roar carried by the wind. Look beyond the golden grass, and you will still see the shadow of a king watching over his land, because legends never truly die.